Today we're going to set up the Mage. First thing, we're going to inflate our boat. We see that it comes with back band and thigh straps. Refer to our whitewater setup video to figure out how to get those properly set up. But for the Mage specifically, the big key feature is the inflatable pad. We're going to slide this in. I'm going to try and just center it bow to stern. And then we're going to inflate. One quick thing about the inflatable pad is there is a nozzle here at the stern that is a dump valve. So before we inflate, we do want to make sure that is closed. Then what we're checking out is fore aft position. We can flip the boat over and we want to make sure that the pad doesn't have a bulge in the bow. If we have a bulge up here, we can have another surface, an edge for the boat to get caught on, and it makes the boat harder to control. Same here, if the pad is pushed too far to the stern, we'll get a bulge right here that is basically right under where you're sitting, and it makes the boat stability feel uneven. So we want to make sure we have a nice smooth bow and we don't have a bulge in the stern. Once the pad is lightly inflated, we're going to top it off. It's in position, make it nice and tight. We use the Alpacka pump to get it tight and firm, but not over pressurized. Once I like the pressure, screw the valve cap on, and then what I like to do is just push this pad down underneath the side tubes on both sides. That just locks it in place, and I can flip the boat back over and just make sure that it looks good side to side, bow to stern. This looks like the perfect setup here. Next thing we want to do is take our foot pillow. The foot pillow has a G-hook on it. There's a strap plate on the panel up front. We'll fish it through there, and then we lock the hook in place to make sure we don't get any shoelaces or things caught on it. And then we can inflate the foot pillow to full pressure by mouth. Stuff it in the bow of the boat. And then next, what we're going to do is inflate our whitewater lacing seat. We'll just lightly slide the seat in place, and then we're going to see how we fit inside the boat. So I'm going to find my optimal sit position, make sure my back band is in the right place, make sure the seat is under my butt, find the position that the seat is in, and then I'm going to lace it in place. That's a good spot for me. So now I can I will deflate my inflatable pad. And then I will see where this lace-in tab on the seat lines up with this lace-in tab on the boat. Comes with some green P-cord. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide it up from underneath the tab on the boat and then into the corresponding hole on the tab of the seat. What I'm going to do is go in and out of every single hole. You can get away with doing a minimum of 3 passes through the tab, but I do recommend, especially once you set it in place and it fits your size, that you lace it through all the holes. Once we have the whitewater lacing seat fully laced in, now we're going to go back and inflate our inflatable pad. We'll top it off. Get it nice and firm. Screw the valve cap on. And I like to push the pad in place on the side tubes. Then we'll double check our position. Everything looks good here. Nice smooth bow, no bulge in the stern. And then we'll inflate our seat fully. The next adjustment we're going to make is going to be on the water. We'll get the boat in the water and then we'll have a seat. We'll lock ourselves in with our thigh straps. And then what we're going to do is just a feel of primary, secondary stability of how does the boat feel. When I get on edge, is it too tippy? Does my weight feel too high? Same with the other edge. If you feel like you're sitting too high, let's let a little bit of air out of the seat. So I sit a little lower, my center of gravity is lower, and now how does it feel to get on edge? If it's too hard to get on edge, maybe we need to add a little bit of inflation back to the seat. But this is where you're gonna have the most control over how the boat feels to you. It'll take a few runs, going through some features, maybe some bigger waves, catching eddies, to get a feel of what your sit height should be. So definitely play around with how much inflation is in this seat. It's very vital to how the boat feels and how it'll handle for you. That completes our setup of the Mage. If you have any questions on how to get the back band and thigh strap set up, refer to our whitewater setup video. If you have any questions about the Mage specifically, please feel to reach out to our customer service team.